This is a personal message to people that care, my friends, people that are concerned, and just good people out there. Hard to find. I've been keeping an eye and observing what's going on with these gun nuts wanting to take everybody's guns and lying about it the whole time. And I've been keeping rapt attention on this so-called opiate epidemic. Both of these situations are synthetic, created by external elements. And it just amazes me how people fall right in line. It's like throwing a ball in. They grab the ball and fight over it. Whose side's going to win? You see, the thing about the gun issue that's been created and the opiate epidemic that's been created is nobody cares. Nobody cares. And the first thing someone will say is, well, don't you care about the children? Don't you care about people's lives? And of course, the instant reaction is, of course I do. No, you don't. Because if you cared, you'd be doing something. Pick anyone out of the entire population of the U.S. at random and show me that you care. The way you do that, the care is concerned, is active, is doing something. Right? And talking about it is not caring. It gets to me how people are so shallow and don't have a clue. Support our troops. Oh, I support the troops. How? I got a bumper sticker. Do you send them food? Do you send them gifts? Do you write to them? Well, no. You're not supporting them. Yes, I do. Look, my wife and I have been in this house for 9 years. When the bus fell on me, I did everything I could. I mean, I did everything to keep going. I had no idea there was something living inside of me, growing inside of me. I kept telling the docs, there's something sucking the life out of me, and I got laughed at. They mocked me, they taunted me. Yeah, it took 5 years for them to say, oh, you got something inside of you. In the meantime, we were told, we're going to get a house that we can afford, and you two move down here. And then you can get your lives taken care of. Well, no sooner did we get down here, took everything we had, every dime we had. And then when I got here, I ended up 10 days in the hospital. No sooner did we get everything get packed in and unpacked, and we were told, well, oh no, that deal's gone. We're not going to do it anymore. You two have to find a way to pay the rent and do this and that. Now, for 9 years, when I asked, what if we don't agree to these terms, we were told, then get out, pack everything up and get back out. That's extortion, that's fraud, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. For 9 years, Katie's busted her ass and paid the rent. Me being on SSI, we're not allowed to have a savings account. We're not allowed to save money. We're allowed a maximum of $2,500 in total assets, including car. Now, people don't understand that. That's a prison when every single transaction is monitored. Everything you do is monitored. They want to know if someone helped you with groceries. They want to know if anyone has helped you with money, because that's their money, and they make it clear that's their money. Social Security does. Only people who've been on SSI understand. Katie and I have divorced because we got an eviction notice. Get out. We're selling the house. We're not going to do this anymore. Now, we've paid the rent for 9 years. What I have left in tools and equipment, and everybody says, just sell your tools. You can't just sell equipment. You can't just sell tools. I mean, you got to buy new when you start out, because there's nobody. It doesn't work like that. If you're not in the industry, you're not familiar with it, you don't have a clue. I'm not allowed to sell anything. I'm not allowed to have anything. I'm on SSI. not being able to have any savings, not being allowed to save any money, we have nothing. If we have to leave, the only thing we can do is pack up what we can in the car and leave. We have to walk away. We don't have a choice. And I don't care if anybody understands or doesn't understand. It doesn't matter if they believe it. It doesn't matter. This is the way things are. We're going to be homeless. It astounds me how somebody just stare at you like a deer in the headlights when you need help. And God damn it, I spent a lot of my life helping people because it was the right thing to do. I never expected anything in return. And now I'm seeing that maybe I was born in a wrong time, or maybe I was born in the wrong world, but I ask myself a lot, why have I been tested all my life? Every single time I get my life straight and get on top of things, something happens. You know, I was 29 years old, running a ready-mix concrete company, multi-million-dollar company, 37 concrete mixers, 55 employees. I ran the company. I was a foreman. And I fell off a truck. I slipped and fell off a truck, and I ended up getting 3 back surgeries. I lost all sensation from the waist down. My first wife walked in the hospital room, didn't take off early from work, walked in the hospital room. First thing she says, "How do you plan on paying our bills?" What did you just say? I can't feel anything from the waist down. And she repeated herself, "How do you plan on paying our bills?" 2 weeks later, we found out she was pregnant. 2 back surgeries, and I'm telling you, this was in the 90s. This was before arthroscopic surgery. This was major. They cut you open, hammer and chisel on you. 2 back surgeries. 2 years later, she took my son and made my life became living hell. Everything I worked for, my home, everything gone. Not because I did something wrong, but out of the simple selfishness, the shallowness of bad people. People say, "Oh, there's no such thing as a bad person." Oh, let me tell you something. Don't fool yourself. There are a lot of bad people posing as good and decent people, and there's nothing decent about them. All right, so look, 3 back surgeries. I had one done after she was gone. The last one was a fusion at 3 levels. It broke before I got out of the body cast. I told the surgeon when he found out, he said, "That's emergency surgery. No more. I can't take it. No more. I can't take it." It was a year recovery between each surgery. And the only thing is that things got worse and the surgeons got richer. This is not working. It took me 6 years to get physically and mentally and emotionally in place where I realized that none of this shit works like we're told. None of it works. Nobody gives a shit. This is all a delusion so people feel good about themselves. Oh, you don't have to worry because you'll be taken care of. Oh, don't worry because there's things that'll catch you. There's nothing that's going to catch you. There is nothing. I rented a warehouse. I opened up a truck shop. Okay, I'm here. I'm in business. Stand on a cane. I'm in business. I was there 12 years. I had that shop for 12 years. I had people coming from as far away as Wisconsin, Texas, Chicago. They came all up down the East Coast. People bought their trucks to me because I was a one-stop shop. Well, I thought that was a one-stop shop because we fixed everything and anything on a truck. And I was told one day, "No, that's not a one-stop shop." So what do you mean? A one-stop shop. I said, "You're the only one-stop shop. You're the only place I can bring my truck to. It's fixed right the first time, one time. Not 4 or 5 times going back and paying you." The bus that fell on me, the man I remember came from Texas, bought his coach all the way from Texas. He said the same thing, because I can bring it here, leave it here for a month, you fix everything, and I take it back, and it's all right. It's all done. 12 years, I had my own accounts. I was getting my parts from the direct from the factories and warehouses. I was buying my nuts and bolts direct from I was finally making some money. Finally making it. I had opened a Harley shop next door for a while. The difference between Harley owners and truck owners: Harley owners want their bikes back. Truck owners need their trucks. Truck owners will pay their bills. Harley owners will, when I got the money, man. So I stopped working on Harleys, except for friends and family. 12 years and the bus falls on me. I was laying on my right side, and it slipped off the jack. And it caught my left shoulder, and it crushed me. This was right after the bankers had pulled all the credit out. One gravel pit, most of my customers were dump trucks and heavy equipment because the area was nothing but sand and gravel. One gravel pit laid off 99 trucks in one day. 99 trucks, and they were almost all my customers. I mean, all of a sudden, work dropped down the bottom. It was just me and my son, my nephew, and my wife, my second wife. We're going to make it, don't worry. And the bus falls on me. I finally got things in place for it, and the bus falls on me. That I survived it is one thing. My wife was told, make your peace with him. He's not going to make it through the night. They don't know why he's alive. When the scans and x-rays are done, the radiologists want to know why he's reading the films of a cadaver. There were that many broken bones. Both collarbones, almost every rib, front and back, left and right. Sternum split in two, crushed vertebrae. It was bad. It was bad. When I was able to move around after that, and we're talking months, 3-4 months, I got sick. Kept telling like something's wrong. I am so sick. I've never been so sick. Oh, that's all. I'm weak as a kitten. No. And I got a job. I did everything. Take care of my family. Take care of my son, my wife. So I was blacking out. Ran into the back of a car. Sideswiped the bridge, blacking out. Till the company told me, you're blacking out at your desk. You got health issues. You got to go. This is the end of my rope. It was it. I had nowhere to go. I couldn't pay the rent. And we were told, we're going to get a home we can afford. And you all move down here. And we did. Just me and Katie. My son said he's going to stay with his grandparents. And when we got here, I mean, it took everything I had. I'd been in a hospital. To find out, no, we're not going to do that anymore. You all going to sign a lease. You're going to pay the rent. This is what you're going to pay. This is how you're going to pay. It's like, what if we don't agree to these terms? Then you pack everything up and get out. We didn't have a choice. We didn't have a choice. I finally got on SSI. I found out later, too late, that I was cheated out of my disability, cheated out of my Social Security credits, because an attorney can't collect a fee on someone who automatically qualifies. And it was to the point the administrative judge that heard my case stopped the proceedings while he was reading the file and proceeded to chew out Social Security and everybody there at the table for what they put me through for somebody that obviously qualified. I should never have been put through that. All right, so 9 years. Every banking transaction is monitored. We can't buy groceries without them knowing what we buy. Every financial transaction is monitored constantly, as if I'm a criminal. You're a criminal, and you've done something wrong. I'm going to catch you. For 9 years. Not allowed to have a savings account. Not allowed to save money. Not allowed. So Katie said, we got a divorce. I can't keep doing this. I don't blame her. We're friends. We still care. Okay. We divorced. Did my benefit, I get $26 or $28 a month. Did my benefits go up? No, they cut me off. I get zero. Pending investigation. We were told to get out. And the excuse is, oh, we just can't afford it anymore. No, everybody knows better. Everybody knows better. But when you're dealing with people who are not reasonable, who are not rational, that no one can hold a reasonable or rational conversation with, because I'll just go talk to them, just go work it out. You can't. I can't. You don't understand. There is no talking. This is not rational. Oh, I love you, but get out and be homeless. But I care. That's. Let me just put it that far. Katie's been applying for mortgages because as a single woman now, trying to get a HUD or FHA to find out when the bus fell on me, we couldn't pay our bills. She couldn't, and she's got a real bad splotch of credit there, particularly on credit cards, and she can't get a mortgage. And we don't have the money for a down payment. We were not allowed to have it. Do you understand? We're not allowed to have it on SSI. So I'm putting this out to say, look, if people would work together and help each other, this country wouldn't be the way it is. But they always expect someone else to do it. And that's why the country's the way it is. If 6 people got together and each put up $10,000, we'd have the house. And we paid the rent for 9 years. We're gonna pay it back. There's no question about that. $60,000 buys the house. We're not going to find it. I mean, but everything. What I have left of my tools and equipment, what we have left, we can't take it. We have to leave it. And everything I have, I earned after I became disabled. And normal people don't know what that's like. So I'm putting this out saying, I just went through the last bout of intestinal bug or whatever it was, and I ended up with a bowel obstruction that luckily came out. For the first time, I haven't had to take a nausea pill for a week. I've been taking nausea pills for years because I'm sick every day. Nobody can grasp that unless you wake up with a fever and nausea and diarrhea. You deal with it all day, and you go to bed with it, and you wake up the next morning with it, and it goes on and on and on. For the first time, my health seems to be settling down. I feel like I'm coming out of some kind of time warp. I feel like I'm coming out of some kind of reality distortion. I mean, that's how sick I've been. And like when the infection was in my chest, nobody would listen. Nobody would listen. I get pep talks. Oh, you'll be okay. You just have to keep your head up. Oh, you just have to have a positive attitude. I'm sick. Something's wrong. I'm erasing everything off Facebook. I'm erasing my life because it was a waste of time. I'm telling you that I've always reached out and helped people. My brothers and sisters, I was always there to help them. Always. And one was there to help me. One. He's dead now. And yeah, I got a lot of help in the past. But that does not give someone the right to say, now I own you. You do what I say when I say it. You grovel at my feet and you give me thanks and praise. No, because when someone uses fraud and extortion to force me and Katie into this situation and then demands we be gratitude? Why, you ungrateful, no good shit. How many times have I heard that? People, I just look. The only thing I've tried to get since I became disabled is some understanding that, okay, I'm trying, I'm doing what I can. I'm not like, And that's probably why I accomplished so much, just trying to be normal again. But I'm tired. We need help. And when I tell people that, and I tell family that, we go, yeah, oh yeah. We need help. We need a down payment. We need a sizable down payment. And here's the thing, I know people that can write a check and it will not affect their lives at all. And they're the ones that won't help. And the people who have been through hell and scratched through each day to act out a living, they're the ones that help. They know what it's like. But I always ask myself, why have I been tested so much all my life? Why have I been tested? And it dawned on me that maybe I'm not being tested. Maybe I'm being used to test everyone else. Doesn't put me in a very good position. So I'm putting this out, and I'm going to probably make it private. I think Katie's about to have a nervous breakdown. And in a way, I guess I might have already had one a little while back, but when someone is so hypocritical and so out of touch with reality, say, "Oh, this is not about money," and then say, "Oh, we're not going to pay for this anymore." It's about money. It's about your greed and your selfishness, plain and simple. When the entire group of people involved sees through it all, and one person, "Oh no, it's not that at all. It's not that at all." Yes, it is, and you're doing this. If you cared, it would show. If you cared, you'd have done it already. So look, I got nobody that I can turn to, nobody I can talk to. I don't have any personal relationship with anybody, no friends, outside of what I have online. I sit in this chair because I can't walk and I can't stand very long. I went a week without pain meds last week. I don't want to be on them. People don't understand. Oh, you take pain meds. You're a bad person. No, eat shit and bark at the moon. I went a week without pain meds. Katie was bouncing off the walls because I could hardly breathe. I could hardly talk. But I had to see, can I go without these things? And I needed to go through it for an evaluation of what's really going on, because when you're taking the pain meds and it works, you don't realize, you don't remember, that's something you don't remember is pain. And, I had to go through it because I want to get on my feet somehow or another. I've never lost sight on that. I want to get back on my feet somehow and produce and take care of myself. And going a week without pain meds was a reminder that you need to really think about this. The doctor was kind enough to give me a shot of Toradol. That stuff is magic. My God, Toradol's magic. Oh my God, I could walk and I could talk and I could breathe again. But Toradol, you're not supposed to use it a lot. It's supposed to tear your liver up. I'm at the point where, so what? So what? Because this stress is going to kill me. What's the difference? At least let me be comfortable. I don't know what else to do. Sell your tools, sell your equipment, sell that. I can't. I'm not allowed to have that stuff, remember? And besides, I've had one person that I talked to outside of the situation says, well, wait a minute, that's highly specialized stuff. Shops already have that. They don't need it. It's not something that you can... I said, thank you, you understand. He goes, yeah, you've got... He understood. That's highly specialized stuff. You can't just... Yeah. And if you have to start over again, you got to buy it all new. Because nobody has it. But everybody's, oh no, I know, I don't believe that. I don't care what you believe. It doesn't matter what you believe. Look around you. Sorry, guys. I'm just saying people need some help. We need some help. I'm so sick and tired of saying we need some help. We need help financially. Katie can take whatever now, and I can't, but Katie can. And people have done some amazing things when I've reached out. They have done some things. Just look, I'm going to tell you a story. When I was taken to the hospital, they transferred me to Orlando because the infection was too much for that hospital to handle. They transferred me to Orlando. And I was told, this is going to be a 1-hour procedure. You'll be in and out and be good as new. I've heard that shit before. Katie's in a hospital all by herself in a city she's never been in before. And they take me into surgery. And she sat there all day. And it got dark. And thunderstorms rolled in. And she don't like driving in the night in the rain. She has a hard time with it. And she got mad. She figured the surgeon forgot her. And she's back packing up to go home, and she turned around and there was a surgeon standing there, and she said he wasn't really cleaned up, and he didn't look good. And he took her into the chapel and sat down, and he told her what happened. That the surgery took about 9 hours. That the infection was so big, it took up almost the entire right side of my chest. One lung was collapsed. They got over 1 liter of pus out of that infection. Got a soda bottle of pus out of my chest. He told her that I was in intensive care on life support, and I wasn't expected to make it through the night. And she said she literally didn't know what to do. She just went into shock, and she said, I don't know what to do. And the surgeon told her you need to go home, get something to eat, get a shower, and get some sleep, and come back tomorrow. And she said if he hadn't have told her that, she would have just stood there all night. She was in that much shock. She made it home. She got lost. Horrendous thunderstorms. We've ever seen Florida thunderstorms. Horrendous thunderstorms. She finally made it home. It took her hours. The problem was, she was out of gas. The car was out of gas. She had enough gas to get home. And she was out of money. She wouldn't get her paycheck till the end of the week, and this was far from it. It was going to be like a week before she got a paycheck. She had enough gas to get home. That was it. And here I'm laying in the hospital, and she doesn't even know how she's going to get back there tomorrow. She told me she got home, she got the mail, and came inside, and she was going through the mail, and she saw an envelope hand addressed to me. And something told her to open it up right now. And she opened it up, and it was a note, and 2 $20 bills fell out. And she said she'd lost it right there. That someone cared enough to send $40 that now she can buy gas to go back and see me. And she said she sat on the floor and cried. The man that sent the $40 was on disability. He couldn't afford it. He knew what it's like. He knew. And he took what he had and sent it. Because when somebody's in a situation, they say, I need help, they need help. They mean it. We need help.